Alright, this is my 2015-2016 NBA season preview. This one is on the Indiana Pacers, who picked up one of my favorite players in the NBA for the longest time now, Monta Ellis. And I love Monta Ellis going to this Pacers team. He's played in the West and in the East. Played with the Warriors, then he went to the Bucks, then he went to the Mavericks. Now he's going back to the East. I think this fit is a lot better because he played around a shooter and Brandon Jennings, and it was just them two, him and Jennings and Ellis. Same way with him and Curry, it was there. Now Mavericks, I think he got better. He was around veterans like Dirk, a team, Tyson Chandler, Dirk, Felton, Devin Harris, like guys that know how to play the game, Rondo. I think him coming to the Pacers now with a guy like George Hill, who played with the Spurs, a guy who'd rather facilitate, and then next to Paul George, some people who think he's going to be an MVP candidate next year. I think he fits well there, and I think he's going to be a big asset there. He could, Pacers, if clicking, could be the top 4 seed in the East. Now, the thing I have a problem with is they lost other big men. They lost Roy Hibbert to the Lakers, lost Luis Scola to the Raptors, and lost David West to the Spurs, lost Chris Copeland. So the big men, now they signed Jordan Hill from the Lakers, who just got that big speeding, I don't remember, it was 107 miles per hour, is that what it was? Big deal anyway, I don't know, who cares? Not like he's not going to play, but, and I mean, so basically that means they have Jordan Hill at center, who's good, he's a solid player with around the right players, but he's not great. And then power forward, I think they're saying maybe start Lavoy Allen. And then the next two bench players would be Rodney Stuckey and Chase Budinger. I like Rodney Stuckey. I think he's a good, solid bench player, and I think Chase Budinger is a good, solid bench player. I just think maybe they're a team too that will sign a big, or maybe they'll, get a Jamal Crawford or a J.R. Smith, one of these guys who's out there. But I mean that's just another score. But I think they need a big, so I'm not sure the big's out there right now into the landscape. But alone though, again, they were very good. Last year they were struggling with Paul George, but they were very good the year before, and all they had really was Paul George, Roy Hibbert, David West, George Hill. So they lost David West and Hibbert, the big guys. But Hibbert we saw wasn't a factor. David West is just like it was more of a veteran consistency guy, which is good. But I'd take Monta Ellis over David West or Roy Hibbert all day, and I think Monta Ellis makes George Hill more effective because this isn't. Lance Stevenson needed the ball that year. Lance Stevenson was there too. He needed the ball in a different way. Ellis can just drop 25, and Hill likes those kind of guys. Stevenson wanted to go 15, 10, and 10. But I like George Hill. I like the nucleus of George Hill, Monta Ellis, Paul George with Rodney Stuckey off the bench. But a shooter like Chase Budinger with the potential of Jordan Hill fitting on that squad well. When I came out to it, I ended up having the Pacers at the 6th seed. 6th in power rankings. Again, I'm not too, and I had their big 3 as Paul George, Monta, George Hill, and their X factor being Jordan Hill. So that's my preview on the 2015-2016 Indiana Pacers.